What's going on? It's me, Haley Jones, and today we are here with Justin, which I feel embarrassed. I don't know your last name.
Birch.
Justin Birch. He is the founder and employee of the month.
That's right.
At Dogwood Home Services. I say that because he had a recent post on his social media, and he's like, I'm proud to announce Employee of the Month, Justin, who does everything. So I thought that was like
That's probably what our calendar year is going to look like.
Yes, exactly. So in order for people to get to know you a little bit better, we start with a little rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, football or basketball?
Football.
College or pro?
I don't watch enough to care much, but I know what town I'm in. And I'm because of who I married,
right.
I became a Vols fan. So probably at this point,
you married
college.
into it.
Yeah, I married into it.
Do you own orange? Like UT orange?
I own a hat. It has the orange power tee, but I don't own any like orange shirts or anything like that.
We'll take it. Yeah. We'll take it. Where are you from?
Upstate New York.
Oh, yeah, you're far from home.
Yeah.
Okay, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee all the way.
Oh.
Always coffee.
Is it like black coffee? Do you do like a latte? Like, what are we talking about?
I'll mix it up. I actually got like a pretty nice espresso machine at home and all that.
Oh.
So before starting Dogwood Home Services, I actually started a little coffee company.
Oh.
And so I was running that. But long story short, usually black coffee on a day-to-day basis.
Got it. Okay. So. I like a little cinnamon every now and then.
Oh yeah.
Mountains or beach?
Originally mountains. Probably becoming more of a beach person lately.
Oh, like what beach would you say?
We usually go to Polly's Island. Like
that's
once a year.
good. Yeah. That's
South
nice.
Carolina.
Yes.
Lived in Charleston for a little while, so.
I love Charleston. Yeah. I miss the food there. Really, I go there for the food. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What fast food restaurant would it be, and what would your go-to meal be?
I'm really embarrassed to say.
No, just say it. People will love it.
I'm gonna be judged, but it's Cookout.
Really? That's because you can get the whole freaking restaurant for $1.
Exactly, yeah, the tray. You can't go wrong because you can get a burger, and then usually I get 2 Cajun chicken wraps as sides.
Oh.
And so it's like a guilty pleasure. It's like one of those meals where you pull up home and you run to the trash can outside and chuck all the evidence away and never speak of it. So.
How often do you go there?
It's actually not very often. Okay. So we lived in Powell for a little while before Maryville.
Yeah.
And there was one like down the road a couple miles from our house. And so I probably went there more often than I should. But.
Yeah, because I'm thinking Maryville doesn't have one, do they?
They do have one over by like Home Depot, but it's just the parking lot's all messed up, so it's just inconvenient enough to keep me out of there. So it's a good thing.
That makes sense. You're like, is this tray worth it?
What's yours?
Mine, oh gosh, like I would have to say, like a taco supreme.
Taco Bell?
You from Taco Bell, like the supreme taco with beef. Oh my gosh, so good. But you know what? Also, is their chicken quesadilla is good.
Yeah, it's classic.
It's really good.
Can't go wrong.
Anyways. Also, I love a Whopper, but I haven't had a Whopper in years, so I don't actually know if it's like still the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like back in the day, it used to be so good, but it's been so many years that I wonder if it's still good.
I have a Whopper horror story.
Oh.
It's grotesque. I'm not going to share it on here. It's not good.
Okay, so you're not eating Whoppers, basically.
You won't catch me at Burger King. You won't catch me at McDonald's.
Catch me outside.
You can catch me outside.
Okay, TV. But reading books or watching TV?
Reading books.
What are you reading right now?
Lots of business stuff. Yeah, big stack of business books.
Okay, yeah.
Getting deep.
What's the last show that you binged watched?
A show called Eureka.
Oh, what's that? No.
So it's like a 2000s show. The effects of it are like really janky, but basically the town is this like, it's a science town built around this lab.
Yeah.
And so there's everybody there.
Oak Ridge? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, yeah. I work in Oak Ridge when I'm not doing windows and gutters.
Yeah.
But it's very similar to Oak Ridge, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like tons of scientists, and things are kind of just always going awry, and you just gotta like come through, save the day.
Oh.
So it's just entertaining.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's lighthearted entertainment.
I like it. We all need that every now and then.
For sure.
Or every day, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears.
Okay.
Now that we know you're obsessed with Cookout, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, tell us about your business, Dogwood Home Services. Like if you said, this is what we do, what would you say?
Yeah, so we do residential window cleaning, and we do commercial window cleaning, like storefronts and all that. And then we do gutters. So we'll just kind of like go in there, scoop out the gutters, wash them out, get them flowing again. Pretty much just stop people from getting their houses messed up by tons of water damage. But our primary service, window cleaning.
So how did this come about? How did you get into this?
I got into this actually a few years ago. There was this guy on YouTube from Detroit, and he was kind of just like this over-the-top character, but he was super passionate about window cleaning. I just kind of like followed him and kind of like got invested. And before I knew it, I was just buying the stuff. I was like, I can try this.
Yeah.
Super approachable. Everything, you can get all the stuff at like Home Depot at first.
Yeah.
You want to get nicer stuff eventually.
Right.
But like ever since I was a kid, like I got started really early with like paper route, shoveling snow because I was from upstate New York. And so I've always just kind of like had that drive to build something.
Right.
And so that's kind of where it all started.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing Dogwood Home Services? Like, are we a year old yet? Like, tell us a little bit about that. Like, how are things going so far?
Yeah, so we're under a year. It's been started at the end of December. So probably the worst time to start a window cleaning business.
Except, by the way, you've got 19 Google reviews, which you should be like... For starting a company in December is basically amazing. Like, I want to just prop that up. Go read his reviews, but also the fact that you have those is amazing.
Do you want the secret?
Yeah, give me the secret.
It's in my pocket.
Trade secrets, business trade secrets.
So I just showed one of my friends this the other day.
Yeah.
So boostmyreviews.io, this little card. Yeah. So it's a little tap card. So when I finish up a window job or a gutter job, my clients are usually very excited and very eager to, say nice things. The best time to like be like, hey, if you really enjoyed the services, mean the world to me. Could you just tap your card and leave a quick review? Takes them straight to the little link for Google My Business.
I need that.
Yeah, they're killer.
Yeah, no, it's working. Well, yeah, I mean, you got the hustle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Gutter cleaning. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in a gutter so far?
Usually it's just little trees that are starting to grow and sprout.
Oh, really? Like tree trees?
Yeah, like little baby trees that are starting. I mean, because, okay, so if you think about the gutter, like all the organic stuff in there, it's kind of like really nice compost, actually. So it's like it's primed for growing. I haven't found anything like too crazy. I've had like giant icicles of just, gutter junk. But I'll let you know when I come across something that just should not be in a gutter.
Something that should not be there. Yeah.
I've thought about doing like a little like social series of like, oh my god, I can't believe I found this in a gutter, and just pulling absurd things out.
Yes.
Obviously things that I plant in there. But maybe I'll pull a Whopper out and be like, oh my goodness, it's a Whopper. Oh my, a whole cookout tray. This is my lucky day.
This is amazing. Okay, so when it comes to gutter cleaning in general, and we'll talk about window cleaning as well, but like for gutters themselves, like how often should people be cleaning a gutter? How do they know when it's time to get their gutters cleaned? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, so the telltale sign, you're gonna see obviously a bunch of stuff hanging over. But typically when we get like a nice hard rain and your gutters are just flowing water over on the outside of the gutter where obviously it shouldn't be.
Right.
That's the telltale. We get that at our house. We live under 2 big oak trees.
Oh, yeah.
And so we don't have gutter guards and the leaves just pile in there really quick. So honestly, I do mine like once a month, but that's probably more than the average person who doesn't live under a bunch of big trees.
Right.
But usually a couple times a year, you'd be good. Yeah.
Right. So when it comes to window cleaning, like, do you prefer window cleaning, would you say, or both are the?
I like them both, honestly, and I like the variety. Window cleaning is cool because you can kind of just like throw on like an audiobook or like a podcast and kind of just zone out and just get in the motion, just getting everything nice and cleaned up. About the same.
Yeah, so do you have like recurring clients, like corporate people that you go every few weeks to clean their windows, or like what kind of services does that look like?
Yeah, so as far as like the commercial stuff, I like to stick with the small local businesses just because, I have no problem with going to, like a Taco Bell or, like a big chain store or something and cleaning windows.
Right.
But I only have so much time that I can focus on these jobs, so I want to do it on stuff that's like near and dear. And I love small businesses. We support any way we can. Like we always try to buy all of our meat locally. We always try to, just wherever we can buy local.
Right.
So I try to focus on small business storefronts. So we got like a tattoo shop.
When you do those, like if a business wants to hire you to do this, like what does that typically look like? Is it every 2 weeks? Do you go every week? Like what's that look like?
Yeah. So normally the way that starts. So if you want to have your business cleaned, I'll go in the first time, we'll do an initial interior-exterior clean, and then after that, I just say do it every 4 weeks.
Okay.
And that just keeps them on like a nice pace, and at any time, if they want to, they can get it more frequently. If they want to do it weekly, I can do it weekly. If they want to do it bi-weekly, It's just kind of the needs of the establishment, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. This might be weird, but are there different like window cleaning products based on like tinting on windows? Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Is it all the same cleaning product basically?
You can get most of your windows with kind of like the same solution that
Yeah.
most windows cleaners use. They do make like some fancy, nicer stuff. They make tools for like low E coating now and stuff like that, which, you know, is kind of just like a little bit of a different material. Tinted windows, you can still just do soap and water.
Like same old whatever.
Pretty simple, yeah. But it's pretty standard, across the board.
So when you do residential, are those like typically people that are about to like sell their house? Are those people that are like, we've got these weird skylights? Like, what does your residential side look like?
It's all of that and everything in between. Yeah. It's you know, it's construction cleans, so they finish building a brand new home, which there's tons of going in the area.
Right.
And all that kind of debris accumulates. You get like caulk, you get paint drips, and so that stuff usually it's very labor intensive. But you know, just the average home, like people don't want to get up on ladders, and they don't want to buy the equipment, and they don't want to spend their nice days hanging out cleaning windows. Like
I don't want to do that at all. But all my windows are like, my windows need to be replaced.
Do they?
Even if I cleaned them, they would be, well, because my house is so freaking old. Anyways, this is not about my window problems. So is there like a job that's like too big or you can't do, or like a roof pitch is a no-go, or like what does that look like?
Yeah, that just gets down to being really creative sometimes.
Yeah.
So between, you know, I work out of a Prius actually, which people are surprised by, but like the little giant ladder is a beast, and it like folds up all nice and compact.
Is that what it's called?
Little giant, yeah. The thing's awesome.
That's cool.
You need to get you one. Seriously, tackle any project. So yeah, between the extension poles and working off of a ladder, we can kind of get most 2- and 3-story things knocked out.
Yeah.
When you get above that for like taller commercial, then you start looking at different systems for like water-fed poles. So you can reach higher, clean. Yeah. But I'm not like rappelling off the side of any buildings or anything like that. And
why not? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally
labor intensive.
Yeah, I know that. Well, also that seems like you need a crew, or like you need a safety person around or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They have a lot of people like, so they're starting to see drones for that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they'll program the drones, and the drones will just kind of work their way down the building, just spraying water. And so there's a lot of people that are upset about this in the window cleaning community.
Because they're like it's taking jobs, or because like why are they upset about it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the window cleaners worried about their jobs, but you know, like with technology, like you can jump on board and find ways to like integrate it and utilize it as a tool that it is.
Right.
Or you can be afraid of it and worry that it's going to take your job away.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
So it's like,
well, I mean, it's just another option for your clientele. You know what I mean? It's like you know what I'm saying. So that's interesting. Drone window cleaners. I'm gonna have to Google this later.
Yeah, check it out. There's cool videos on like.
Now my algorithm is gonna be all messed up.
Yeah, I had some friend the other day who's like, I've been watching your videos on Instagram, and now I get like window cleaning tool stuff all the time. I'm like, sorry.
What was like your first big investment for Dogwood Home Services in terms of like the stuff that you use?
So the equipment that I have right now is all like traditional window cleaning equipment. So it's like I bought a pole the other day that was like a little over $200. Like carbon fiber pole, which like, you know, that's not like a ton of money, but the trad stuff is kind of, you know. But really it's been like investing in like business education and stuff like that. Like I've been buying courses, tons of books. Yeah. And so, do you know who Alex Hormozy is? I love me some Hormozy.
Oh, I do too. And actually, okay, so he just came out with a book. It's like, what is it? It's like $1 million. Yes. Yeah. Okay, and I wanted to take that book on the airplane. Well, that book is like, it's like an 8.5 by 11. I'm like, Alex, why did you do this?
I mean, he even says that when he writes stuff, he writes at like a 3rd grade reading level so that people can really like understand it, digest it, break it down as simple as possible. So it kind of looks like it would be like a coloring book or something.
It does look like that. That's funny. Yeah, no, he's all over all my stuff. So like Alex Hormozy, who else do you follow or listen to?
Russell Brunson.
Obviously.
Allie Bloyd, who's just like super sharp, like internet marketing.
Really?
But she works with like small business, like service business, kind of like we do. Yeah. Kind of like when you're trying to be known locally and not so much on like a worldwide platform.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she's really awesome. She's Did you know who Russell? You said you know who Russell Brunson is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she did ClickFunnels and was like a 2-comma award winner.
Oh, wow.
So she's super sharp.
What's her name? Allie?
Allie Bloyd.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll have to look her up.
She's awesome.
Okay, so when it comes to Dogwood Home Services, so you mentioned, what did you say you did before?
I'm a full-time firefighter as well.
Oh, wow.
Out in the city of Oak Ridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long have you done that?
It's 7 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to start Dogwood Home Services? Just as like another project or just?
Yeah, I like building things.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of satisfaction. So I kind of like mentioned the coffee thing earlier.
Yeah.
And that was fun to build, and it was going really well, and it was actually profitable in the first year, which is
awesome.
kind of like an achievement or whatever.
Right. No, it is
for
an
something you're not used to.
Right.
And learning a ton of new skills, but everything was working on a computer.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like definitely a very physically active person.
Right.
And so being able to get out there, clean windows, but also work on marketing and kind of like develop sales skills and all that. I just enjoy the whole process.
Yeah. Assume it'd be a little bit more like front facing, client facing.
It is, yeah.
And more of like because like with coffee, were you like brewing coffee? Like what were you doing?
So I was doing private label coffee.
Okay.
And so we had a roaster in California. And so I kind of like had like the Shopify store and all that. And like, so I did the marketing, had like the social going and all that on Instagram. I did like pop up at the gym I train at. So you wrestled, right?
Yeah.
I want to know more about that. But so Memento Combat Sports over in Louisville is awesome.
Okay.
And so that's where I trained jiu-jitsu. And so we did like a pop up there at one of their tournaments. And it was fun and everything, but I just really connect with this type of work more.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is like with like Dogwood Home Services and gutter cleaning and window stuff, that I feel like that is super necessary, but also it's not like coffee, it's like you're offering this little sweet treat or whatever. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas like this is like a service that people need, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a different lane or avenue. You mentioned you're from upstate New York. Mm-hmm. So what got you to Tennessee?
Okay. So we'll do the short version of
whatever
the long
version you
path.
want. Yeah.
Okay. So grew up in upstate New York, went to culinary school in Charlotte, North Carolina, cooked for 10 years. That took me through North Carolina, down into South Carolina, where I lived in Charleston for a number of years. And that's where I met my wife, who's from Walland.
Okay.
So moved back here with her because she did her undergrad at UT.
Yeah.
And then she went to College of Charleston.
Okay.
And then when she came back here to pursue her PhD for marine micro, I moved back here with her.
Okay.
And so that's how I ended up here. Immediately transitioned from the fire department I was working at in Charleston to Oak Ridge, and kind of have been there since.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So notice that he said like he did culinary stuff and he loves cookout.
Hey, I'm not here to judge.
No, I'm like that has to mean something. You know what I mean? Like, so upstate New York versus Tennessee, like compare them.
Yeah, both beautiful, both rolling hills.
Yeah.
Pretty lush and green. Yeah, just milder climate here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Knoxville area versus like Charleston.
I mean, being a fireman in Charleston, it's hot.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Super, super hot. I don't know. I kind of like it here better.
Just because like the people, why? Just
yeah, it's like less traffic. It's just easier to kind of like navigate.
Yeah.
Just milder in general.
Yeah.
I feel at home here already.
Yeah, I also feel like for like cleaning windows and gutters, like it would be better here too. Although I guess maybe do we have more trees than Charleston? I don't know.
Definitely more trees. I mean, you'd be dealing with like salt water on the windows there, so it might be interesting.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay, anything about like Dogwood Home Services that I haven't asked you that you want people to know? I do want to know like how far out do people need to reach out to book you? Sure. So like if they need a job next week, is it too late? Like what does that look like?
Yeah, at this point we're starting to get busier.
Yeah.
Spring is here. People want to get their homes like opened up, nice and clean. And so we're booking about a month out right now. So
that's good.
So we filled up April. We're booking out in May right now. So if you want it done sooner, then get in contact sooner than later.
Yeah. What is the like long-term kind of goal? Like where do you see Dogwood Home Services being, in 5 years?
Yeah, in 5 years, most likely some employees.
Yeah.
I've had some people reach out to me who have done window cleaning for longer than I have.
Yeah.
And wanting to take on work, and I don't not ready to take that on yet.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So kind of still like building systems and eventually add employees. So I imagine in 5 years we have a couple crews maybe.
Yeah.
Adding some services like pressure washing, soft washing, Christmas
some
lights.
wrapped Priuses. I'm totally serious. You need
Priuses.
some like wrapped Priuses.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, because like everyone's gonna be like, oh, what is that? And it is a
Right.
Prius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if people want to book you, what should they do? Where should they go?
Yeah, so mostly people get in contact with us. We're doing a lot of our customer kind of acquisition on Facebook. So Dogwood Home Services on Facebook. And but for like all of our content and stuff like that, I'll just push you over to Instagram. That's my favorite platform.
Instagram is my favorite, but you can tell like on your content that you enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I genuinely do.
Yeah.
And it's like the satisfying videos. People just like watching stuff get cleaned. So
yeah, no.
It's a lot of that.
It is satisfying. Actually, I was watching one today where you were cleaning. I don't know what. It was like a door, and I was like, did he even pick that up the whole time? It was like a squeegee, and I was like,
try not to.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's way better than what I do.
Are you gonna try to clean a window before I leave? I got my stuff with me.
Oh, hey, that would have to be good content.
I want to see you try.
Oh. I would be like, can I have a paper towel, please?
Yeah, right.
Wait, do you use like rags or paper towels or anything or no?
We use surgical rags, like Huck towels.
Okay.
Yeah, so like those blue like surgical towels.
Yes.
They don't leave anything behind, and they're just really absorbent.
Yeah, random. My husband used to have a rag business, and so I know a thing or two about rags, which is kind of random. Okay, so let's take a hard right turn, hard left turn, whatever. Okay, so we're obviously in the Knoxville area. You live in Maryville.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say if these are like the top 3 restaurants in the area? What would you say?
Top 3 in the area.
Like for you personally?
I love Dancing Bear.
Yes.
Dancing Bear is awesome.
For dinner or for brunch or both? For dinner.
Haven't been there for brunch. Is it good?
Yes, but it's a buffet.
Okay.
So I feel like it limits you a little bit.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's good. It's very good, but like I prefer to like. I guess it's more options in the menu, but I would just like the choice of the menu, I guess.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, but it's very good.
So one of my favorites actually was in Knoxville in the old city, but it closed down. Have you been to Ollie B?
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
And for them, brunch all the way. Like their brunch
1
was
billion
second to
percent
none in Knoxville. Yes. And after that, like I really like the hot chicken over at Yeehaw.
Yes. It's hot though. It's hot.
Yes.
I'm like, can I get the whatever it is, the no heat or whatever?
I mean, even there, like if you get like medium there, like anywhere else, it's like pretty pedestrian, but there it's warm.
Have you been to Landing House?
No.
Okay, they have a hot chicken there, and it is. I cannot eat it. It is not for me. However, the husband and his friend, obsessed with it.
So like. Is there like one spice only, or can you kind of like get it tailor-made?
I'm sure they can. I'm sure that they would like taper it if you wanted.
Okay. Yeah.
But it is. Yeah. I mean, you can smell it, the hotness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
My mouth is watering.
Yeah. Okay, you need to go there then.
Ready.
Landing House. Okay, you gotta go. Yeah. Okay. So top 3 places or things to do in the like Knoxville, Maryville, East Tennessee area for you.
Oh, let's see. We love going to local breweries.
Yes.
So no particular favorites. We just we try to go to whatever
wherever
wherever we're at.
Yeah.
We go to Cades Cove a lot.
Yes,
just because we live in Maryville. It's an easy drive. I like Iams.
Yeah, Iams is nice.
Iams is cool. It's easy. It's nice.
And it's close to Landing House.
Close to Landing House. Yeah. There you go. Close to Trailhead. Good stuff all around.
Trailhead. Yeah, so good. Which Trailhead, by the way, has come a long way because back in the day, it was not the place to go. So it's kind of cool to see like Sevier Avenue and Trailhead and all that like blossom. If someone were like, I'm thinking about moving to East Tennessee. Should I go to Maryville? Should I go to Knoxville? Should I go to Oak Ridge? Like, what's your take?
Depends on what you like doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's one thing that I didn't mention that we like doing. We like playing pickleball.
Oh, where do you play pickleball at?
Alcoa has a park.
We can look.
Not very helpful. It's Basil Park. I think it's Basil Park.
Okay. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's always jam-packed, and there's a lot of action there, but it's fun.
So I was in Dandelions today, which is like a little, shop, and they have bags in there, like these bougie bags, okay, and they say pickleball. like across the front, and I'm like, now this is making sense. It's tracking. I was like, this is so random.
Yeah.
But I guess, anyways, so
it's getting really popular. And then on Topside Road, you know, like that, like volleyball dome.
Yes.
They're turning that into a pickleball place.
Really?
Yeah, it's called POP, Pavilion of Pickleball. So we're excited about that. Get a little indoor pickling.
I played one time, and let's just say that it wasn't my
cup of tea.
Well, I liked it, but I feel like I suck so bad that to be good, like I need to actually play. And then like my husband was like really trying to get into this, and then he started looking at like prices of pickleball paddles.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, and
they can be very expensive.
But obviously we didn't want to get like the $20 one because you could tell like it was complete trash. Mm-hmm. So it was fun, but I'm like, I need to actually go and like practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, like if someone's trying to compare like where to go.
Yeah.
What are pros and cons, would you say?
Like my wife and I are in our 30s.
Yeah.
If you're like us in our 30s, definitely South Knoxville. We moved to Maryville. I would love to be back in South Knoxville. We lived there for a little while.
Yeah.
So Maryville, South Knoxville, they're all great. Oak Ridge is coming up. They're definitely kind of like revitalizing the area and all that. So
yeah, Oak Ridge to me feels like maybe there's like two main streets really, where you're gonna like do your things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it also feels like less like boutique restaurant type options compared to like South Knoxville or like Maryville maybe. So that's probably my comparison. But
they seem to love their Applebee's. Stuff like Dairy Queen, Applebee's, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, that's what's there.
Yeah, that's what's there. And like the Calhoun's there, I will say, it's one of my favorite Calhoun's just because of like how it is on the water. Yeah. So if people want to contact you, either go to Facebook or go to your Instagram. And actually on your Instagram, I think is a link where people can just get a quote, basically, like put their information and then you respond back.
Yep, right? It'll take you right to a jobber form, which is how we do our quotes and all that. And basically you can hop on there and just let us know you're looking for window cleaning, you're looking for gutter cleaning. Pick your service. Let us know if you're a residence or a commercial building.
Yeah.
And we can go from there. But Dogwood Homes TN on Instagram.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm excited. We're going to like sideline about business stuff, and ClickFunnels.
Heck yeah, let's talk about it.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.